The universe is not outside of you. Look inside yourself. Everything that you want, you already are. The quote is from Rumi, who is highly regarded spiritual figure and poet. Since we are all interdependent and connected at the moment of the Big Bang, even before the Big Bang, when we look at our own body within the body, we have around 50 trillion cells and various organs. Despite our interconnectedness, we each have our own unique task and decision-making abilities. So each cell has their own kind of authority to make decisions. But they cannot do it outside of their borders or whatever they wishes. The body has given them authority and each cell is acting accordingly. Even when billions or millions of cells are combined, they form a type of organ. Even each organ in the body has its own type of faculty. As a result, the faculty will make decisions as needed. The decision and our own decision will, of course, have an effect on the cells in some way. So each organ is communicating with the brain about whatever is going on in their faculty. Then they make a decision based on which organ they are speaking to or sending the message to the brain circuit. In that case, a brain is not directly communicating with the cells. The organ and the brain are communicating each other. The organ then communicates with the cells within the organ. So there is a hierarchy or hierarchical communication. For example, there are some enemies that lives inside the body as a virus and bacteria. In this regard, bacteria can easily extend their lineage to fight against cells and weaken them, whereas virus cannot do so without relying on cells. As a result, viruses attempted to destroy cells by using cells. Cells fight against virus and bacteria individually and in groups to eliminate them from the body. However, if they don't have enough experience against their enemies, they attempted to send a signal to main faculty of organ in the body for further assistance. If an organ fails to fight off its enemies, it sends a signal to the brain. Of course, try to find solution analytically by relying on other external resources such as doctor, medication and so on. So that brain does. Furthermore, these resources don't come from anywhere other than the earth or universe of God. So it is with our world, each living being works and completes the individual tasks assigned to them while reflecting collective outcomes. For example, during the First and Second World Wars, each soldier had individual tasks but reflected collective outcomes of victory or defeat based on hierarchical decision made at the top. This virus could be an example of evil action in the human body. Consider Hitler's inner desire to conquer the world in order to exploit its resources and people as an example. So it all started with one human body as a Hitler. And then he formed or conducted a soldier, a long line of German soldiers attacking Austria in March 1938, Czechoslovakia in September 1938, and Poland in September 1939, and finally the Soviet Union in June 1941. As a result, it was initially involved with individual states like cells, then with the EU as a continent like as an organ of the earth. And finally, it was given the signal to seek assistance from the brain circuit of countries such as United Kingdom, the United States, and Russia to combat the power of destruction. While natural resources exploitation and the impact of individual, social and corporate levels of activities on the environment can have serious negative consequences for living world around us. Climate change is a major example of this. which is largely caused by human activities, such as the use of fossil fuels, like damaging individual cells of Earth, and deforestation, like damaging individual organ of the Earth. It shapes who we are, while also having an impact on future generations, either positively or negatively. And this is how the world faculty function in the same way that our human body does. We are interconnected with our world, which of course has its own headquarters and subdivision. So that is how our bodies and minds are linked to divisions and subdivisions that communicate with the headquarters. And of course, a world has its own kind of responsibilities and duty to make that decisions based on her own headquarters. Our world is communicating with the solar system. Yeah, of course. She communicates with the moon, and the earth communicates with the sun, and sun communicates with other planets in the solar system. The solar system communicates with the galaxy, and the galaxies communicate with the headquarters of the universe. Our universe is also communicate with the other universe. It is possible that multi-universe and multi-universe are ultimately dependent on each other in order to maintain the harmony of heavenly universes, which are nourished by the closest faculty of God. They are all ultimately reliant on God, despite the fact that we have our own identity from heaven to universe, universe to earth, and earth to our individual cells within our own body. Although the previously mentioned communication has hierarchy. The communication between Ruhu or soul within heart and God has direct communication without hierarchy. Just as the sun's rays have direct reflection on our own planets and its living beings. Of course, our world has hierarchical communication with the sun and galaxy. However, the Makkah, Jerusalem, Kailash mountain, and North Pole of the earth may have direct communication with the closest faculty of God, similarly to our Ruhu within heart. In some ways, we have hierarchical communication, which reflects individualistic responsibilities, as well as direct communication with God. This reflects collective interest through singularity. So look inside our body, how it has been functioning. Similarly, the universe has been functioning. So what you see on the outside, which are already inside us as a singularity, this is creation of God. Thank you very much.